desirable. सेकंड इज़ प्रोपियोनिक एसिड। जैसे हमने प्रोपियोनेट्स को देखा जो कि एंटी फंगल एजेंट्स हैं, प्रिजर्वेटिव्स के अंदर इनको डिस्कस किया था। Propionic acid and its salts are primarily used in baked goods to inhibit bacterial growth, causing ropiness in bread. बेसिकली ब्रेड के अंदर रोपीनेस उसकी एक स्पॉइलिश करेक्टरिस्टिक है, जिसके अंदर रोप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है। वो ब्रेड के क्रम पोर्शन का रोप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर बन जाता है। एंड द ग्रोथ ऑफ मोल्ड ऑन बोथ ब्रेड एंड केक्स। Calcium propionate is preferred in bread products where yeast is used in order to enrich with calcium content. Sodium and potassium propionates are employed in cakes and chemically leavened products. Since calcium ions can alter the action of leavening agents, growth of Salmonella species were inhibited at pH 5.5 by propionic, 5.4 by acetic, and 5.1 by adipic, 4.6 by succinic, 4.4 by lactic, 4.3 by fumaric and malic, 4.1 by tartaric, and 4.05 by citric acids. So this indicates a particular sensitivity of Salmonella to propionic acid. Propionic acid and its calcium or sodium salts are classified as antimycotics. Antimycotics, which are antifungal agents. Calcium propionate can be used as an antimicrobial agent, especially as a mold and rope inhibitor in bread products, which we have discussed previously. Similarly, sorbic acid or sorbates, which we have discussed in antimicrobial agents, generally most of the fatty acid containing 1 to 14 carbon atoms cause mold inhibition. Among them, some, however, have objectionable odors and less desirable properties than propionic acid. Those with branch chains are less effective. Fungistatics. One is cidal and other is statics. You people will learn in food microbiology course that some antibiotics, antimicrobials are statics and some are cidals. Means static means they inhibit the growth, but the microorganisms may be alive or viable. But in cidal, those agents will kill the microbes. Like fungistatics, they inhibit the growth, while the fungicidal will kill the microorganisms. So these are less effective fungistatics, whereas the presence of double bonds in the fatty acid molecules increases the fungistatic activity. Hence, it is not surprising to find that sorbic acid, which contains two conjugated unsaturated bonds, and its potassium salt are extensively used as antimycotics in foods.
This slide.
Okay. Similarly, there is another acid that is succinic acid. You people will see slides soon on your screen. Okay, please wait. एक्चुअली ये दो जगह से कनेक्ट मैं कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि लैपटॉप पे इंटरनेट मुनासिब नहीं है, इस तरह से मैंने मोबाइल डाटा ऑन करके उससे कॉल की हुई है। और जैसे ही ये लैपटॉप पे कनेक्ट होता है इंटरनेट, आपको स्लाइड शो हो जाती है। So the next one is succinic acid. Succinic acid, it can be used as flavor enhancer and as a pH regulating agent. It combines with proteins in modifying the plasticity of bread dough. Succinic anhydride is used as a dehydrating agent and it imparts stability to dry mixes. It is ideal leavening acidulant for baking powders. The slow rate at which it reacts with water at room temperature lends stability to baked products. Its other salt, dioctyl sodium sulfosuccinate, is used as wetting agent. Similarly, adipic acid, like succinic and fumaric acid, adipic acid is practically non-hygroscopic. In combination with sodium metabisulfite, it is used in the preservation of sausages and other meat products. Derivatives of adipic acid are used in packaging material. Diisobutyl adipate can be used as a plasticizer for food packages. Adipic acid is employed as a leavening agent in baking powders and as acidulants in powdered concentrates of fruit-flavored beverages. It can also be used for improving the melting characteristics and texture of processed cheese spreads as an agent for increasing the whipping quality of products containing egg white. whiपिंग प्रोसेस जिसमें बताया था कि एयर को इनकॉर्पोरेट किया जाता है, जैसे आप एग को फेंटते हैं तो उसमें एयर इनकॉर्पोरेट होती है एंड दिस इज यूज्ड इन मेकिंग केक्स. The solubility of adipic acid is 4 to 5 times greater than that of fumaric acid, which is another commonly used wetting agent. The next one is fumaric acid, which is a naturally occurring organic general-purpose food acid. It is found in rice, sugarcane, wine plant leaves, bean sprouts, and edible mushrooms. Fumaric acid is made synthetically by the isomerization of malic acid. It is also produced by fermentation of glucose or molasses with Rhizopus species. It is white crystalline powder that has clean tartness necessary for a food acidulant. Fumaric acid is one of the strong food acids with low solubility. It is used as antimicrobial agent in prevention of malolactic fermentation and as an acidulant in wines. Fumaric acid and its salts may be used as special dietary and nutritional additives. Ferrous fumarate is used as a source of iron. Sodium stearoyl fumarate as dough conditioner in yeast leavened bakery products at level not exceeding 0.5% by weight of the amount of flour used. It is also used as a conditioning agent in dehydrating potatoes and processed cereals at level not to exceeding 1% by weight, and in starch or flour thickened foods at level not exceeding 0.2% by weight of food. Fumaric acid is used as a stabilizing agent in non-yeast leavened bakery products at level not exceeding 1% by weight of flour used. In addition to supplying acidity, fumaric acid displays some antioxidant properties in fat-containing foods. It is extensively used in non-carbonated fruit juice drinks. Fumaric acid is also used in consumer packaged gelatin desserts because of its low hygroscopicity. The salt of fumaric acid that has application in the food industry is ferrous fumarate for iron fortification. Similarly, lactic acid, which can be used as antimicrobial agent for pH control, curing and pickling agent, flavor enhancer, and adjuvant. It is present in generally recognized as safe list with no set limitations. It can be used in food except in infant foods and formulas. Calcium lactate can be used as a flavor enhancer, flavoring agent, and adjuvant leavening agent, nutrient supplement, stabilizer, and thickener. Ferrous lactate can be used as a dietary supplement and nutrient. Lactic acid has a mild creamy odor with a pleasant sour taste. It is useful in ensuring clarity in the brine of Spanish olives. Lactic acid has been found to be lethal in infants who consumed milk that has been acidified with an unknown quantity of this acid. It causes hemorrhaging, gangrenous gastritis, and esophageal burning. In this case, it is especially useful in frozen confections where it imparts a milky tart taste that doesn't compromise other natural flavors. When added to a variety of food systems, the acid performs function in acidification, flavor enhancement, and microbial inhibition. It is also used in the production of the emulsifiers, that is calcium and sodium steroid 2 lactylates, which function as a dough conditioner in baked goods. Similarly, there is malic acid, which is general purpose acidulant and provides a smooth tart taste that lingers in the mouth without imparting a burst in flavor. It is said to have a special taste, blending, and flavor fixative qualities. Malic acid has an asymmetric carbon which provides for the existence of isomeric forms. The synthetic procedure for malic acid produces a mixture of D and L isomers. L-malic acid is isomeric form that is generally found in nature. It is a predominant acid in substantial quantity in apples and cherries. So it gives you an order of apples. And in lesser quantities in prunes, watermelon, squash, plums, and mushrooms. One of the most reliable properties of malic acid is its ideal blending power to give single agreeable flavor. It is commonly used in beverages, ices, candies, baked goods, canned foods, jams, jellies, and preserves. Tartaric acid is a dibasic dihydroxy acid. The product is a white odorless granule and powder that has a tart taste and a slight characteristic flavor of its own. It has two asymmetric carbons which permit the formation of dextrorotatory form, a levorotatory form, and a mesoform, which is inactive due to internal compensation. Potassium is a tartrate, also known as cream of tartar. So, which we have seen previously, cream of tartar, which is basically potassium acid tartarate, is a major salt used in the food industry. It is occasionally used as the acid portion of a chemical leavening system for baked goods. Tartaric acid is also used in candy making to prevent sugar crystallization. By inverting a portion of the sucrose, it can be used in many food categories and functions that require acidification, but in practice it is limited to grape flavored products, particularly beverages and candies. It is also used where high tartness is desired in a highly soluble acid. Then citric acid, which we have discussed many times previously, it is a premier acid for food and beverage industry. It offers a unique combination of desirable properties, ready availability in commercial quantities, and competitive prices. It is estimated that citric acid worldwide accounts for more than 60% of जनरल पर्पस एसिडुलेंट्स यूज्ड. आप मोस्टली फूड्स के अंदर देखें तो आपको सिट्रिक एसिड कैंडीज के अंदर मिलेगा, बेवरेजेस के अंदर मिलेगा. It is found naturally in almost all living things, both plants and animal. It is the predominant acid in oranges, lemons, limes, strawberries, raspberries, currants, and pineapples. Citric acid is also the predominant acid in many vegetables such as potatoes, tomatoes, asparagus, turnips, and peas, but in lower concentration. The citrate ion occurs in all animal tissues and fluids. You people will also see citrate in oral rehydration solutions, which is ORS. The total circulating citric acid in the serum of a man is approximately 1 milligram per kg of body weight. Unlike the other hydroxy acids, citric acid is tribasic. It is often employed as a standard for the comparison in evaluating the effects of other acidulants in various products. In addition to the pH-lowering effect of citric acid, a secondary inhibitory effect is attributed to the chelation of essential minerals, which we have seen many times previously that citric acid is a chelating agent. This acid is available in both anhydrous and hydrous monohydrate forms. Citric acid can be used as sequestrant. It is presently regarded as generally recognized as safe or GRAS list. An iron choline citrate complex may be used as a source of iron in foods or especially dietary formulations. Iron ammonium citrate can be used as an anti-caking agent in salt for human consumption when the level of the additive doesn't exceed 25 ppm in the finished product. Citric acid is one of the major acidulants in carbonated beverages, imparting them a tangy citrus flavor. It is used commercially as a synergist for antioxidants and retardant of browning reactions. Citric acid fermentation in conjunction with lactic acid fermentation produces diacetyl, including other flavor and aroma compounds in dairy products. The salts of citric acid that are used in the food industry are sodium citrate, dihydrate, anhydrous monosodium citrate, potassium citrate monohydrate, calcium citrate, tetrahydrate, and ferric ammonium citrate in both brown and green powder. Citric acid and its salts are used in beverages, gelatin desserts, baked goods, jellies, jams, preserves, candies, fruits and vegetables, dairy products, meat, seafood, fats and oils. Similarly, ascorbic acid, which we have previously seen, one of the most important antimicrobial use of anti-ascorbic acid or salts is in conjunction with nitrite to inhibit Clostridium botulinum growth in cured meats. जैसे हमने पीछे प्रिजर्वेटिव में भी देखा कि ये नाइट्राइट्स हैं क्लोस्ट्रीडियम बोचुलिनम की ग्रोथ को प्रिवेंट करते हैं. Ascorbic acid is used as an antioxidant and is preferentially oxidized in place of other substrates. Ascorbyl palmitate supports other antioxidants in polyphase food system. Ascorbic acid and sodium or calcium salts are used as nutrient additives when there is a need to preserve the vitamin content, as in fortified foods. The D isomer of ascorbic acid Isoascorbate. Erythrobate is incorporated with ascorbic acid because it is more rapidly oxidized than ascorbic acid. The D-isomer protects ascorbic acid from oxidation, but it has no vitamin C activity itself. In multivitamin preparations, nicotinamide ascorbic acid complex serves as a source of two vitamins. As an adjunct to curing system, ascorbate or isoascorbate reduces nitrite forming dehydroascorbic acid and nitric oxide, which react with myoglobin under reducing conditions to yield nitrosomyoglobin, the customary red pigment associated with cured meat products. Ascorbic acid may be used as an acidulant to adjust pH to prevent enzymatic browning by polyphenol oxidase, which is an enzyme which causes browning. Similarly, phosphoric acid is the only inorganic acid extensively used as a food acidulant. It is basically an inorganic acid. It accounts for about 25% of the weight for all acid used in foods compared to 60% of citric acid and 15% rest of the food acids. The bulk of phosphoric acid is used in cola, root beer, sarsaparilla and सिमिलर फ्लेवर्ड कार्बोनेटेड बेवरेजेस आप जितने भी कोला बेवरेजेस देखते हैं इनके अंदर फॉस्फोरिक एसिड होता है. इट इज़ यूज्ड इन चीज़ एंड इन brewing to adjust pH. Besides its main use in soft drinks, it is employed as an ingredient of bread dough as a yeast stimulant and to neutralize the caustic in peeling of fruits. And the last one is gluconic acid and glucono-gamma-lactone. Gluconic acid is produced by the oxidation of glucose either by metal catalysis or enzymatically by microorganisms such as Aspergillus niger, Gluconobacter suboxidans. Gluconic acid is used in the production of invert sugar, beverages, and candies. The gamma-lactone is obtained by evaporating gluconic acid solution at 35 to 60 degrees Celsius. Glucono-gamma-lactone slowly hydrolyzes, releasing protons, and it is applied as an additive where slow acidification is needed, for example in baking powders, raw sausage ripening, and in several sour milk products.